television violence. Congress tells the networks, station operators, and cable to clean up their act or else. A shooting victim, a trial, and the right to bear arms. A culture clash between Americans and the Japanese. And a special money crunch report on a sneaky tax that is costing some Americans thousands of dollars.
That's a lot of money. It is. It's a shocking amount of money for retired folks.
This is the CBS Evening News. Good evening, Dan Rather reporting. If you're concerned about the level of violence on television, don't touch that dial. There's a new push in Congress to make the television industry, networks, individual and chain station operators, cable, the whole lot, cut down on the really rough and nasty stuff or get zapped. Today, network executives promise to tone down the violence voluntarily. Correspondent Rita Braver has our report.
Top network executives were summoned to Capitol Hill today and forced to watch excerpts from their own violent programs.
In the Line of Duty series, You're Mine.
Senate Judiciary Committee members said if the TV industry doesn't clean up its own act, Congress will.
I have no doubt that the increase of violence on television is fueling violence in the home, in the schools, and on our streets.
The committee heard proposals that called for a rating system that would identify violent programs with a V in television guides, a requirement that all new TVs be built with a computer chip that could block violent programs, and a quarterly government report card that would tell consumers who aired and sponsored violent programs. But broadcasters and lawmakers alike doubted whether those plans would really make a difference, and one senator threatened tougher action.
TV industry ought to recognize one thing and never forget it. They don't own the airwaves. They just have franchises. And what Congress giveth, Congress can take away.
In fact, the executives were contrite, acknowledged that programs were too violent in the past, promised to do better, but all, including Howard Stringer of CBS, insisted they can police themselves.
Whatever we're doing, we've just got to do it better and more thoughtfully and more reflectively. It's going to be hard, but I think the message is clear.
And they said the public may be turning off violent programs like ABC's recent Murder in the Heartland, which allegedly inspired a Canadian man to kill his girlfriend's family.
Frankly, it was an economic disaster. All the advertisers left the show because it had the violence in it. Didn't get particularly good ratings.
The major broadcast networks recently agreed to new standards for showing violence, but cable television has yet to sign on. And unless the whole industry agrees to go along voluntarily, Congress may try to call the shots. Rita Braver, CBS News, Washington.
Embattled and cornered by his critics, FBI Director William Sessions is fighting to hold on to his job. He met today with Attorney General Janet Reno. No word on what happened at the meeting, but we're told no decision should be expected anytime soon. Aides to President Clinton flatly, strongly denied nepotism or any other wrongdoing on their part tonight in the hiring and firing at the White House Travel Office. More about that story now from White House correspondent Susan Spencer on the Clinton Watch.
Besieged by charges of cronyism and sleaze and the sudden axing of its entire travel office, the White House today hurriedly released an audit it said justified the firing of all 7 career employees.
There is a lack of basic accounting systems or records you would expect to exist when you're handling money. The record keeping is informal, sloppy, and disorderly.
The auditors reported gross mismanagement. $18,000 of the $11 million the office handled over the last 16 months is missing. The FBI has seen enough to start a criminal investigation. But the White House concedes it doesn't know which employee did or did not do what. Still,
months that the best way to proceed from a management perspective was to replace everyone in the office.
Ironically, a story the White House thought would be seen as rah-rah rooting out of inefficiency and waste instead has become a PR disaster, starting with the fact that the tip-off that the travel office was using one charter company and not taking bids came from Harry Thomason, Hollywood producer and Clinton pal. The Arkansas travel agency that will take